Hi everybody! Well, I bet you all can't guess what the most worn item is in my wardrobe. Stay tuned and I'll let you know when you come back. Well, today on the Dahlia Society, we're talking about everything transitional, transitioning into different seasons, what's the most wearable things you can sew, and my most worn item is, well, it's actually tracksuit pants, or tracky dacks as we call them here in Australia. But for wearing out of the house, it's definitely Pinafores. And you can see today I'm wearing my Tilling the Buttons Cleo Pinafore. I have made a few of these and worn them to death. You can see I've made this one in a denim, like a mid-weight denim. The pattern calls for mid to heavyweight denims, canvas, corduroy. You can make it in a heavyweight linen. It's really up to you, but I think cord and denim worked the best for me. And I think heading into summer, I'd like to make a bit of more of a lightweight one. And I just think they're fantastic because really you want to be sewing what's going to be worn in your wardrobe the most. You don't want to be sewing things that are purely seasonal because you're not going to get the wear out of them quite as much. And a pinafore or dungaree dress, as it's called, is a perfect thing for layering. Tilling the Buttons have a couple of different pinafore patterns. I've made her BB pinafore, which is in the stretch book. I'll talk about that in a later episode. Stretch book is fantastic for anything stretch sewn. And the BB pinafore is a brilliant little pinafore because it can be dressed up or down. But the Cleo pinafore I'm finding is a perfect thing to accessorize for dressing up. With boots and heels or wedges, or if you want to dress it down, you can just put a little simple jersey top underneath or a t-shirt and wear it with little trainer shoes, and that's a great little outfit for running around in as well. I'm in love with Tilling the Buttons patterns. They've got the most beautiful aesthetic. If you look on her website, you'll see the way her packaging and the whole look of her website and the way her patterns are drafted are just gorgeous. She has so many iconic patterns that a lot of people really go crazy for. And at the moment, I think she's got a new dress out, the Indigo, and I'm going to look into that in future as well. But we're going to focus on pinafores today. And as you can see, as I was saying before, the little dungaree dress, you can actually buy the little hardware buttons and buckles if you want to go that way for like a proper authentic style bib pinafore. But I've just done it with a buttonhole and quite a big chunky button. And that's one thing you can do with this. You can personalize the buttons and the top stitching to make it a really your little own creation. I actually loved I noticed on Instagram, a lot of people did little inserts with their own little fabric. So like a creative pop of color. I've actually done a little insert, as you can see in here, a little bit of color, just to add a bit of detail. And it just makes it a bit special when you see it hanging on the hanger. And it's got that little bit of pattern or pop of colour or binding, even bias binding is fantastic. I'll give you a little twirl in this one. This is the front, and this style, I'll have some more photos up here that we've filmed outside. It's a midi version. It's got the little split at the front and it's really easy to move in. You can put the pocket on the front. There's a few different options for pockets there. And the back, you can see it's just the little T-bar style back. Really comfortable and easy to wear. And you can even use a denim with a slight stretch in it as well. So it's basically really like you can maneuver and run around in as well. So talking about transitioning into winter or summer, this is the other Tilling the Buttons Cleo I've made here in a thick corduroy, like quite a really soft, chunky cord. And I've got the Freya top underneath. That was another Tilling the Buttons pattern. These are a fantastic basic to have in your wardrobe for layering because you can do them short sleeve, you can do them long sleeve, you can do them high neck, crew neck, and a lot of people have done a beautiful frill. So you can really fancy it up with whatever fabric you're using. This fabric was from the fabric store. I love the look of that vintage 70s style retro fabric, and I've worn that so much. And even under the denim, you can see it picks up the top stitching because I've done the mustard top stitching in this one. So you can get more creative the more that you make. You can start dabbling in different thicknesses of cotton. If you want to wear that really, if you want to use that really thick denim top stitching cotton, you can use that. You can also use like a bright color, like people have used red, white, bone. It really just depends on what feel you want to what you want to inject into your pinafore. So this is, as I said, the Tilly Buttons mid-length corduroy pinafore as well. And you can see I've done a little bit of really splurged on a tiny bit of Liberty fabric inside of this one. And I love the Paisley Liberty. I just think it really picks up the olive green colour. So you can really personalise the pinafore and make it something special just that you put your stamp on. The beauty of these pinafores that I find, I tend to look for things that I can work on a bit of a budget occasionally. If I want to splurge on something that's really special, I don't mind. But if I'm wearing everyday clothes, I don't want to spend an absolute fortune on the fabric. And what I find fantastic about these pinafores is a 1.2 meters of a 150 width fabric will make your pinafore. If you're wanting this style, which is a little bit longer than midi length, it's 1.8 meters. So even that is brilliant. And if you can get, your fabric, if the denim I think I got on sale at Spotlight at the time was about $17 a meter. So I mean, that's not even $30 for a pinafore that I'm sure you'll find in ready-to-wear fashion is a lot more expensive than that for a good quality denim. And this has been washed up really well. This corduroy is also another Spotlight fabric I bought. They have a huge range of corduroy fabric in there as well. And I find it's just a really nice, cozy way to go for winter or autumn if you're just layering, that you want something with that little bit extra warmth. And the thing I love about these is if you're wearing a bright top underneath and you want to wear a really bright coloured tight, you can go for like a crayon bright woolen tight. In any of these colours, you can pick out a pop of colour and you can wear it with little ankle boots or longer boots, and it really adds that just a little bit of retro kind of vibe to the outfit, and that's what's in fashion at the moment. I think it looks beautiful. Fantastic thing about Tilly and the Buttons patterns is that now her range is from size 6 to size 20, which it's great inclusivity in the pattern range as well. I think it's fantastic that we've got all sizes featured on her website as well. You can see the models are all different shapes and sizes, so you can see how the pattern may look on more like your body type. If you're looking at a certain model figure, you can get that kind of whole image of what you may have in mind. Another thing you can do is you can go on Instagram and look up the hashtag Sewing Cleo or hashtag Cleo Pinafore, and you can see all the individual styles and colours and patterns and fabrics people have used, different top stitching, different button hardware, and it gives you that little bit of a vision of what you want yours to be. My favourite Cleo, I've looked up on Instagram. I just think hers is amazing. She's used some gorgeous fabric and she's just done some beautiful photography work. It's Ju _sewing_witch, and I'll put a little link up there so you can have a look. Her pinafore looks gorgeous. It's just something really, really pretty about the fabric and the lighting she's used, and you can see she'll get a lot of wear out of that as well. So don't forget pinafores. They're not just for little children, they're for grown-ups as well. I think they're a fantastic item to have in your wardrobe. They're comfortable, they hide everything, they make you feel sort of fancy but not fancy. They can be dressed up or down, and they're a great transitional piece, especially for heading into that colder or warmer weather. So don't forget pinafores. Today, I'm also going to let you know about my first maker of the month that I've found on Instagram, and I've actually bought things off her before. She's from South Australia, from Adelaide, and her Instagram shop is called Artsy Shiny Cloud. I'll pop a link up there for that. And today, I've got her little handmade the polymer clay magpies, a native bird to Australia. I'll just pop up to the camera. Hopefully you can see. They're really cute. They're really lovely and light to wear. And she has so many unique Australian birds and flora on there. She does all sorts of geometric patterns as well. And I think she ships worldwide as well. So you can look on there and see what gorgeous earrings she's made. And I have a few in mind that I've seen, and I think, unfortunately, I've missed out. She had a dahlia earring on the other day and they sold out so quickly. So you've really got to be quick and get online. I just think the handmade earring sensation it's out of control at the moment. So many people are making handmade earrings, which is fantastic. So I love handmade earring. I just think they're really unique and special, but without looking over the top, like we're having a big chandelier diamante earring. This is a little bit more casual and wearable. So yeah, look on her link and follow her, and you'll see some of her beautiful handmade jewelry. So don't forget, if you want a really easy sew, the Cleo Pinafore, it's a downloadable pattern and it's also a paper pattern. You can purchase it either way from her website. I think it's a great one to have in the stash, and you'll find that you'll keep going back to it. And I've got another one planned for summer in like a light chambray denim too. So thanks for stopping by again to the Dahlia Society. My name's Kristen. Don't forget to click and subscribe for next time, because the newest video will be coming out very shortly. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye for now.